made it to Caravan Ribat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Haytham went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What the? Where did she go? How did we lose them? They were...
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time?
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Al-Haytham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia? Wait.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. However, had I wished to turn you over to the
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always believed... And these days, you're more fascinating. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still invested. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was Which brings me back to you. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something.
Al-Haytham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices a
So that's your answer. Well, I do, but that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the divine knowledge. No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to invest.
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But...
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more...
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when—
Oh, Haytham. Do not think you can escape my judgment. just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure—
Seemed to me more like your own
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be—
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does the— and why as General Mahamatra of the Academia? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra, have you been given a mission that's— If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal—
You two! Ugh! What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of—
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lore, but how dare you bring your petty disputes into the— It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until— Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm?
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this...
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such—
All right, stop yelling.
Well, this is pretty Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, the air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when—
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observed, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candid.
That's what
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to...
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. As General Mahamatra, I had the I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon found that I began to realize that, unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the Sage.
So they really are up to...
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the Academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the Academia before the sages had a chance to take action against. I will never give up on this investigation.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why...
When I was investigating the matter in the Academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge caps.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler. After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me. Their words contained one key piece of information. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge camp. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary. Incapable...
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting, so it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile
Criminals do love to talk about...
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Ribat as well.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. After all, curiosity...
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger. Answer me this. Did the sages share any
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia.
Fine. Although you haven't complete...
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been... My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for... But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that...
That's more like it. I missed you all so much.
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home.
Creatures? In the sand?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's a...
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's...
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm...
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier.
It's been quite a while since...
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Gather! I will have order. Stabilize!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
You will pay for that. Gather! This is order.
Come on! We can do it!
Solidify!
The creatures stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert.
I can't say they've always been common, but recently, besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earth.
Another effect of So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest.
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of them. Speaking of which, why haven't...
Village Keeper? Who are they?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to most of them are scholars who lost their sand. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So...
Alas, that's exactly what we've been... But no one in the village has ever seen them leave.
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with...
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First, but, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No, let's start by finding a spot to share what we...